2026, everyone. It has been about a year since I last vlogged, and it was a much needed time off to just kind of focus on myself. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I didn't focus on myself. 2025 was the worst year ever. So we all know we finished 2024 with Ironman Lake Placid, and then after that I got the Ironman blues so bad that I put on some weight and then stopped training, and then in November I fractured my my left ankle, which really impacted my training for the whole year of 2025. Around March we did a hike over in Utah, which did not help the ankle at all. And in April, Mauricio and I did Ironman Texas, and we both DNF'd. I DNF'd on the run, 8 miles into the run, for some quad issues, hamstring issues. Ankle still bothered me. Got depressed from that, put on some more weight, and removed myself from Ironman Chattanooga. DNF'd Marine Corps Marathon, rolled my ankle again, my right ankle this time, in November again, didn't fracture it, and that's finally healed now. Today's January 18th, 2026. So 25 in the 7 years I've been into, introduced to fitness, and have been lifting and running and cycling and all this stuff. I'd say 2025 was my worst year yet. So it's time to change things up, and I'm healed again. I broke my right pinky toe about a month ago. It still hurts when I run now, but it's not preventing me from working out or anything. So it's been tough, and I didn't really want to vlog how I felt because it was usually negative. It was a really negative year, unfortunately. But after kind of like self-reflecting on everything, I've realized I'm in control of how I feel, and I want to feel the way I did when I got to my Lake Placid shape. So we are going to do that this year. I've got no choice but to get to that shape again, and I will. So there's a few goals I have on the calendar for 26 and 27, and that is Ironman Jacksonville in May this year. So I've got 5 months. I've been cycling a lot, and I could say my cycling strength is better than it was 4 months out from Ironman Texas last year. So that's a positive. Another positive is I've been PRing lifts at CrossFit over and over, so I'm the strongest I've ever been, even though I'm much heavier. About 50 pounds heavier than 60 pounds heavier than right now than when I did Lake Placid a year and a half ago. So we're gonna do a DEXA scan in a week, and see how my progress improves. In 4 to 5 months I'll do it again. And yeah, I started off the year at 365 pounds after the month of December of just sloppy eating, and I'm down now to 352 since the beginning of the year, which is mainly water weight, maybe a little bit of fat, but my diet has been perfect, and I intend to move forward this way. Maybe a cheat meal here and there on like big cycling days. So yeah, we've got Jacksonville in May, Chattanooga in September, and at some point, whether it's this year or next, I would like to redo Ironman Cozumel, Ironman Texas, and next September 2027, the big goal is the Wisconsin double, doing the half Ironman on a Saturday and the full Ironman on a Sunday. So we're essentially training for 2 years for that race, and in between all that, we're gonna do all these events. We've got some marathons sprinkled here and there. I am signed up for the Miami Marathon next week, but I'm gonna just do the half. I haven't run more than 5 miles probably since IRONMAN Texas, so I'm just gonna take it easy and do that half next weekend, after like a 2-3 hour bike session on Saturday.
Runners, to your mark. And with that, corral I is underway.
We are on mile 8.5 on the Miami half marathon. The 7-hour pacer for the full just passed me. It was just a short 2 years ago where Mauricio and I were doing that same job. And let me tell you, I am happy we're not doing that today because it sucks. And although it's a nice day outside, after mile 15, it's just way too hot outside. So we got 4.5 more miles to go, and then we're done. Let's go. 2-hour bike ride yesterday too, baby. So it was a very productive weekend. Go Patriots later. It is January 29th, Thursday, and it is 4 days after the half marathon in Miami, which I did complete, thank God. Here's the medal, nice medal, one of those spinny medals. Don't know if you could see me spin it, but yeah, it spins. Tough half for me because I haven't really been running, but I'm really happy with my energy levels in the running. I'm not really getting into zone 3 at all. My issue is my feet, the pain in my feet, and I'm sure 90% of the problem here is my weight. So I'm getting a lot of blisters and hot spots, and it just really slows me down, and it just sucks. And I remember during my PR halves and PR fulls, I didn't really have hot spots until the later miles like anyone does, but I'm getting these like after mile 1, and it's just unacceptable. I'm about to get on Zwift. I'm re-downloading it because I had an issue with my Apple TV, but right now they have this challenge. I forget the name of it, but it's like, Tour de Zwift. And what I do is, you'll think this is funny, but what I do is I actually have all the routes listed out that I have and haven't done in Tour de Zwift. And I pre-plan everything, so I don't have the month of January here, but I had the whole January planned, and I've got the rest of February planned so that I could do every single route and get maximum XP. I don't know, it's just something about Zwift. I like doing all the challenges. Doing as much cycling as I can for the next week, because I will be going to the Super Bowl with my father. I'm going to take him to San Francisco for like 4 or 5 days, and I won't be able to cycle at all, except I could run. So I will do as much running as I can and walking while we're there. Patriots won last Sunday right after this half, so we are pumped. We are a Patriots family, and I'm honestly in shock still that we even made it to the Super Bowl. We weren't even supposed to make it to the playoffs. So made a promise to my father. If they ever make it to the Super Bowl, we are fucking going. And finally, I am thinking about doing 70.3 Texas, which is at the end of March. Let's see. It would fit in with training perfectly. I don't know much about the race except for the date and location. It is a pain to travel alone and do a triathlon, like traveling with a bike. So it is a half, not a full this time. So I'm hoping that it won't be as difficult. But I could use the training for IRONMAN Jacksonville, and I might just do that. So I'll decide that in the next few weeks. I maybe had 2 cheat meals in the whole month. I mean, you could tell I'm really focused on the nutrition part, because that's really been my issue, consistency-wise, for the last year. So I'm just trying to get back into those good habits, and I'm hoping that 3 months of consistency will set me up for success. All right, so I got Zwift working. Tour de Zwift, and I'm trying to get all 18 of these. If you get all 18 activities done, you get 11,000 XP. It's the most XP I've ever seen Zwift give in the history of I've done Zwift, which is like 3 or 4 years. So, and there's pre-XP awards too of 500, another 500, and at 9 activities you'll get another 500. And I'm gonna hit 9 today. So another thing I'm working on, I'm an idiot because if you put upgrades in anything, I'm gonna work at getting them. So I actually have a fully upgraded Cannondale. So if you upgrade 3 Cannondales to the maximum level, which I got 1, you get this crazy tricycle bike that is not even a bike, it's just some futuristic bike. But Specialized, Cannondale, and one other brand has special bikes that you can unlock if you fully upgrade them. The problem I did was to upgrade from 4 to 5, it just cost like 700,000 drops, but I thought I would have to achieve something, but instead of achieving anything, it just actually just gives you the 5th unlock, and then that's it. So I wanted to buy another Cannondale bike, but now I don't have enough drops. So now I'm working on the Specialized one so I can unlock that bike. It's gonna take me probably like 3 years to do all this, but that's fine. That's what keeps me cycling. And then of course I rotate between the Tour of Italy for mileage and Everest, depending if it's an elevation route or not, but I'm at 120,000 on Everest. I'll probably hit that or save it for training for Ironman Chattanooga later in the year, because that's when I'll be doing a lot of elevation courses. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're going for, and I love Zwift.